Hello everyone, welcome back to TechRill. Today we are looking into some of the GitHub Copilot new feature releases. If you use Copilot Chat in VS Code, this update is packed with improvements the way you interact with the GitHub Copilot Chat in VS Code. The first update is generation of custom instructions. Custom instructions is one way of customizing GitHub Copilot, and it improves the AI suggestions by providing context of our coding standards and project conventions. However, creating effective instructions from scratch might be challenging. In this release, we are introducing the generation of custom instructions based on your coding patterns. This improves the way you can customize your Copilot coding instructions. Let us look into one of our projects. That's a real estate API project. We don't have a custom instruction as of now. Let us take the support of generate instruction to come up with a new instructions aligned to our coding patterns. Open the command palette and go for chat generate workspace instruction file. This invokes the GitHub Copilot to generate the instruction file, and the Copilot instruction file is ready based on the coding patterns we have used. Let's start with a title, the Copilot instruction for the project name, and an overview explaining what exactly the instruction about. It's a .NET API project. Talks about the architecture in terms of controllers, models, utils, and database scripts. Then it's defined the developer workflow, the build and run, testing, debugging, project-specific conventions in terms of the naming conventions, the different integration points, and an example of the controller pattern, utility pattern, the main files, the directory structure, and a note. This file captured the entire customization for our project. In case you are new to this project and you need to understand how the teams are building, what kind of coding standards the team is following, you can quickly look at the Copilot generated custom instruction, which is not only help Copilot to generate the code based on the coding standards used by the project, but also help the new joiner to understand the underlying structure and coding standards used in this project. Generate custom instruction is one of the main release as part of the July update. It avoids the repeating your style preferences every time. Instead, automate the custom instruction creation based on the existing project patterns. Moving to the next update, that is for installing and importing customizations. In our previous video, we discussed about awesome Copilot repository where a community-driven customization support is provided. This repository captures the custom instructions, reusable prompts, and Copilot chat modes. For installing any of these things, this repository provided a link, that is a VS Code install or Code Insider install. By clicking this one, you can bring this customization directly into your VS Code. Let us take one of the custom instruction first. We are selecting C# development custom instruction. Click on VS Code install. This will open Visual Studio Code with a pop-up saying, do you want to create this instruction file from external URL? Click on yes. And select the folder, whether you need a project level, that is .github/instructions, or a user data folder. Let us add at the project level. If you want a different name, you will be able to provide, otherwise enter. The C# instructions defined by the community is available as part of our project right now. Let us try with one of the prompt as well. Here there are a lot of reusable prompts. Selecting the implementation plan prompt, click on again install. Similar pop-up appeared in VS Code. Click on yes to get the prompt files into our project. This quick installation experience helps us to share customization across the project and applications. You will be able to define a URL-based sharing option for your custom instruction, prompt, and chat mode. Moving to the third update, there is an experimental feature right now available as part of VS Code. You can edit and resubmit your chats. In VS Code, we are passing our first prompt, that is, add a new method to return hello from Copilot for home controller. Copilot start working on this particular prompt and coming up with suggestions. In case this prompt need a little modification or revision, go to the prompt, click on the prompt and modify it. Instead of hello from Copilot, if I need hello from GitHub, resubmit it. Copilot is going to start working on this updated request. This time it's updated with new prompt. So you will be able to edit the past instructions and resubmit it again. Moving to the next update, the MCP support in VS Code is generally available. We have MCP support in Visual Studio was generally available 2-3 weeks before. Now the MCP support in Visual Studio Code is also generally available. We have discussed about the different feature supports like the tools, prompt, sampling and resources by VS Code in our previous video. As part of GA, there are few additional releases happened. New experience in terms of how the MCP servers can be installed, more support on creating custom MCP servers and how to discover and install MCP servers, and there is an MCP management view. We will discuss more about all these new releases related to MCP support in our next video. MCP support become GA and it is not governed by editor preview features. But as an organization, if you want to disable the MCP servers, we have a separate setting as part of Copilot policies, that is MCP server in Copilot. Moving back to the next update, the enhancement in custom chat modes. We defined custom chat modes and also explained about the publicly available chat modes as part of Awesome Copilot repository in our previous videos. Now there are few enhancements in terms of adding a language model to the custom mode, improved the editing supports, and you can share it with a URL. Sharing of the custom mode through URL is discussed as part of the installation. You can define your own URL for a publicly available chat mode and share with your friends for installation. If I want to define a new custom chat mode, go to here and new chat mode under this particular folder and let me define it as sample. By default, description and tools are appeared. The next one is model. I will be able to specify a model. Editing experience, when you say model, it's list down all the models supported. In case you try to add something else, for example, I am planning to add some mode or anything, you can observe that Copilot detected this particular one is unexpected token. There is a validation of the schema is happening. So your header information is properly validated against the defined schema. And you will be able to configure the tools which we discussed in the previous video. And providing the model is one of the new enhancements as part of custom chat mode. These are some of the GitHub Copilot new features released as part of July. Along with these 5 updates, there are a couple of new releases happened. One of the main release is the MCP related feature updates, which we will be covering as part of the next video. Together, these small upgrades makes Copilot more personal, collaborative, and powerful than ever before. See you in the next one.